So this next part on page 44, I think, gets at the core of why mass movements are so effective with the human race, with us as a species, and why mass movements may not be effective with other species. So he says, a rising mass movement attracts and holds a following not by its doctrine and promises, but by the refuge it offers from the anxieties, barrenness, and meaninglessness of an individual existence. It is futile to judge the viability of a new movement by the truth of its doctrine and the feasibility of its promises. What has to be judged is its corporate organization for quick and total absorption of the frustrated. And one more piece on page 45. He knew that the chief passion of the frustrated is to belong, and that there cannot be too much cementing and binding to satisfy this passion. So I won't quote it, but one example, he talks about at length Christianity and how well its effectiveness and its success has come less from its ideas and more from its ability to appeal to a mass amount of people, especially people who are feeling depraved or feeling purposeless, such as the poor and other people who are disaffected, essentially. And it gives people a purpose, and it also tells people that they are here for a reason, and that they as an individual, which is kind of an interesting contrast, they as an individual were created for a purpose, but this purpose is part of this mass movement of Christianity or whatever religion. So of course it does speak to the human need of having some kind of purpose and having some reason to be here, especially with the prospects of death and in the end. And for a lot of people, it's not enough to enjoy a temporary existence. They want to believe that this all eventually matters for some other lifetime. And part then of the reason of joining mass movements is this legacy. It's trying to create a legacy for oneself. If you're part of an environmentalist movement, if you're part of Greenpeace and you're sailing a boat out to stop Russian oil tankers or whatever, part of doing that and that political change that may take place, think of like the protests in the 60s, the civil rights era, those conclusions would be part of a legacy that your actions reverberate across human history. And all of these mass movements that people join, including religions, always have that ingredient.